That's fun. Process, 95% fun, the rest is like fucking alright.
So, how the cops been treating everybody here? How, like?
They've been pretty courteous around the square area. Yesterday there was a bit of tension because they didn't allow us to put up tarps when it was raining. So our numbers dwindled to around 75, 100 with umbrellas essentially.
Okay.
But today we're back in much more force. We went on a march. We left with about 600 maybe, and we picked up people as we went, so we probably grew to about 700 or 800.
This was today?
Yes, just
okay.
today. And that's when we went down to Union Square, and that's where the cops said, no, enough of this, and they started to surround the square with netting, orange netting, and they directed us out a particular way. So we went that way, and then we started to spread out, and they said no to that too, and they started, I believe there were 4 separate streets that were blocked with netting, and some of those blocks kenneled people deliberately and kept them in one space, and 75 to 100 of us, we're not sure, about exact numbers or whatever, but were arrested illegally.
Oh, really? What was their reason for arresting you?
Not really. I mean,
not any reason, just
really.
Crowd control or something? Okay. Is that why I was walking around Wall Street area where all the New York Stock Exchange, and I see all these...
That's why the barricades.
Because there was a demonstration today. Okay. How long do you think this is going to last?
We have supplies to be here until February, March easily. So.
Oh, really? So you're going to hang out for a while?
It's just a matter of getting through the winter. I think we can do it. Sure. But as long as we can get through the winter, we're good till February, March easily.
Very cool. How did you find about this? How were you part of this?
I only found out, well, we got here on Saturday, and I only found out about this on the Monday before. And I sort of rushed and whatnot, cleared out my schedule. I go to Williams College in Massachusetts, so I caught the bus down here and catching the bus back on Sunday. But yeah, we're all over the web. There are videos of arrests that
I saw a lot of them.
300,000 views on YouTube, and we're continually in the top 5 trending topics on Twitter. We haven't had so much mainstream coverage. Democracy Now! Has been out here every day.
Really?
It's been really helpful. Yeah.
RT also, Russia Today, have you seen them a lot?
I saw somewhat.
Okay.
Yeah. There are a lot of books from the Times, but not a lot of their stuff is getting printed.
Oh yeah, I know.
A lot of interview material and stuff, but a lot of it, editors are not liking it.
I know, yeah. I know that there's no mainstream news coverage of any of this.
It's pretty much a blackout.
Yeah, that sucks.
ABC and a Fox affiliate came on Sunday, but the Fox affiliate chose to say that we have left it for 2 hours. So.
Okay. Where's all this food been coming from?
Local groceries, like local restaurants and stuff. We try to we do get donations, and when we get donations, we go to the carts over there and buy from like local mom and pop shops.
All right.
People have been calling in orders from all over the world and having them sent here. And another place, which is every time someone, a pizza place, they told us every time someone is going to be arrested and held without being charged, they'll give us 20 pizzas for every hour he's held without being charged.
Wow, that's cool. So you're not only getting local participation, but you're getting participation from people in other countries?
Yeah, there's people from all over the United States here. People came from Portland, from California, from New Mexico. So, I mean, and there's other sister protests in other cities.
Right.
San Francisco's having their own. And, yeah, and hopefully there's been some type of change.
That's cool. I know. That's awesome. How have you been able to, with that method, have you been able to feed everybody that needs to eat?
There's been so far no lack of food. Sometimes in the morning when we get up, we have to mobilize, so it'll be maybe 10-15 minutes when there's not a lot of food. But the donations come in, we start sending people to go buy food, and so there hasn't been any time when there's really no food.
Okay, that's cool. Why are you out here?
Because I'm tired of Wall Street having all the money, and it's time for change.
Okay, very cool. Thank you.
Okay.
So I'm Tom with the Workers International League. We put out this paper, Socialist Appeal. One of the things that we advocate is for the labor movement to set up its own mass labor party. Don't support Democrats, don't support Republicans. Set up a party that supports and represents working people. We see the Democrats are basically the good cop, the Republicans are the bad cop, but they're basically moving in the same direction. Austerity, you know, they're not solving any of the problems, which we believe fundamentally the problems that we're facing humanity in the United States and elsewhere worldwide are the problems of capitalism. Capitalism inevitably goes into crisis. It's in crisis now. They're going to make the workers pay. They're going to make the young people pay, the youth pay. So it's really good to see people fighting back, trying to change things. So those are the ideas that we stand for. We stand for a socialist society. We think there's plenty of resources, there's plenty of technology. We could have a world where everybody has a job. We could even reduce the work week with no loss in pay. We could have free health care for everyone, free education for everyone. We could do that. It's very practical. We have the resources. We have the technology to do it. It's just we don't have the political and economic power to have that happen.
Right. Okay. I know it's like I don't know much about socialism. All I know is socialism in back in the 1950s, World War I. How is this different from that?
Well, if you're talking about Stalinism, when it used to exist in the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, that was Stalinism. That was a dictatorship, right? They had a nationalized planned economy, but it was a dictatorship. So you can't plan an economy with a few dictators in Moscow, and then you have a police state. That's a horrible thing to have. That system collapsed, right? What we're talking about under socialism is a free and democratic society where the workers participate and control society, right? The interesting thing about Stalinism, by the way, is Stalinism was built on the blood of the original people who made the Russian Revolution, the Bolsheviks, right?
Right, the
real Marxists like Trotsky and stuff like that. And what happened is the reason Stalinism arose was the Soviet Union was a foreign backward country. When they made the revolution there, they thought they were the first of many revolutions and that the revolution was going to spread. Revolution did spread in Germany, in Bulgaria, in Finland, in Hungary, in Britain, in China. But all those revolutions were unsuccessful because they didn't have a leadership like Russia had under the Bolshevik party. So because the revolution became isolated and it was a backward country, a bureaucracy arose and took power. And they literally, a river of blood separates Stalinism originally from the ideas of Lenin and Trotsky and made the revolution. So what we would say, though, is this. If you look at Stalinism, the fact that it collapsed and was replaced by capitalism, all those countries are not better off. They're actually even worse off than they were under Stalinism. You go to Russia, the actual life expectancy has gone down. You know, people are dying younger. The countries are more in a mess. Now, we don't want to bring Stalinism back. We want socialism to be brought back. And socialism can be brought back because the power of the working class to change society ultimately is that's the class that can bring about this change. Nobody